Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Euro semi-final recap as well as your final prediction. Is it coming home? Is it not coming home? All I'll say is that, people think God save the Queen. God save the freaking trophy. You're going to play like that against Italy in the final. But I want England to win it. I do want England to win it, of course. But if you are new, do subscribe, do smash a like, all that good stuff. Gentlemen, the Euros are almost at an end. We're into the final. What are you guys' thoughts on the semi-final? Just everything in general. Because for me, personally, very disappointed in Spain. That was like the first proper game, and it's everything everyone's been saying. They're playing pretty good, they keep the ball, but then come to the final third. Oh, teasy. Italy, I was a bit more disappointed about them because I've actually seen how Italy play. I felt like they were missing obviously Spinazzola. They were missing something in that game, but they managed to get over the line, so happy days. And this is the final I wanted to see in terms of today's semi-final. England, oh goodness, I mean, they got there in the end. I think at least they got there in the end. Otherwise, the banter, it would have been too embarrassing for them. Denmark, I feel really sorry for Denmark, obviously. I wanted them also to kind of go through because they would have been great for the fairy tale, but football can be cruel at times. Football can be very, very cruel. But yeah, gentlemen, what are you guys' thoughts on the semi-finals that happened?
Yeah, no, it's been an entertaining tournament and it's flown by. It's insane that there's only two clubs now. I was about to say four. Two clubs. It's mad that it's coming to an end. And yeah, I've enjoyed the semi-finals. Surprised by Spain, to be honest, but maybe I shouldn't have been because the semi-final, they were always going to up their game a little, and I thought to a certain extent they kind of exposed Italy. They exposed that if you do what you have to do, and you're clinical, then okay, that's the wrong word to use in Spain. Let me not use the word clinical in Spain, but they shown that they can be got at, and I feel like they suffocated Italy for the longest part of that game. They had so much of the ball. They were moving at a brilliant tempo, and I really enjoyed watching them. But the problem with Spain, as we've been saying throughout the whole tournament, that final third, they just can't. They just can't. And I feel like if they just made use of so many chances they had in that first half, I think they would have run away with that game, honestly. In the first half, Italy was nowhere. They were nowhere. And I guess at the end of the day, Italy have been the better team over the whole tournament. And the fact that they defended so well and just got through, and took it to penalties. And yeah, I guess they deserve to when you look at it from a general point of view. Morata, I think good goal. Like, I was eating humble pie for a second, and then the penalties came. He proved that he's Morata, and yeah, you can't do that with the number 9 jersey. You just can't do that. And then when Georgina came up, you just knew it was peak.
Yeah, we knew.
You knew it was done.
Yeah, we knew it was done.
So I think it was an entertaining game, and I think the team that deserved to go through, probably the best team, arguably in the tournament so far, was Italy, and I'm happy for them. And today's game, look, I'm not gonna hate on Southgate. Like I said in the last episode, I think we need to praise Southgate. Honestly, yes, we might do things differently, Some of us might want to play a different style of football. With that, no. There's some of us who appreciate the fact that he's been doing what he has to do. Defensively, they've conceded next to nothing, and they get the goals. They get the goals. Sterling, who's had a horrible season, has been England's best player. He's been phenomenal. He's been scaling the goals for them, and yes, it wasn't pleasant on the eye today. And I don't think we should disrespect Denmark because. Look, I won't be able to shout out some players because I haven't paid that much attention to them. But from just watching today and in general, they played some really progressive football, They seem brave and they seem to trust themselves. And it's a joy to watch, honestly. I think they gave it, I don't know if I should say scare, but they gave England a game. And that free kick, phenomenal. So I think Denmark have been a breath of fresh air in this tournament. But at the end of the day, I just think the team are better players. And with coaching that is good enough to do what it has to do, And for that, I've been impressed with England. And I think the two best teams in the tournament made it to the final. And yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's one thing we can all say right now. It's definitely the two best teams on paper have made it through right now. Well, barring France, I would say. That's the only one that's still in the conversation for that. But it's just a fantastic final coming up right now. And start with the Spain game. Again, Spain did dominate the game. Pedri did look fantastic. He really is looking like a fantastic prospect. Only 18. Guy misplaced like one ball the entire game for a full 120 minutes. Misplaces one damn pass. That's impressive, especially in a Spanish side that dominates like that. That just shows how integral someone like him is. Again, another player that was fantastic was Olmo. Until his penalty came up, he was definitely player of the match. I love him. I love him so much. I wanted United to sign him when he was playing, I don't even remember what club it was before he moved to Leipzig. Now he's at one of my favorite German clubs, so I can't be too upset. But he's a fantastic youth prospect, and he looks like a real player as well. The Spain side's got a lot of talent, and then we have Morata. I was exactly like Morata. This guy came on, he scored a brilliant goal. I was like, okay, go for it. Take it, Spain. And then he steps up to the spot. Oh, Harry Kane had a better penalty than him tonight.
Not really taking penalties, Valencia.
No, Morata was a joke. I can't. This is literally the prime Morata performance right there. He scores a brilliant goal, completely sends the keeper the wrong way, keeps Spain in the game, sends them to extra time, sends them to penalties, and he can't score a damn penalty.
Yeah, it's a very Morata thing to do, isn't it?
Oh.
Another thing, actually, the one thing I forgot to mention as well. In this game, I knew the penalties were won initially. When Chiellini was taking Alba for poop, I knew. That's when I knew. I was like, you know what, it's over. Spain are going home. If there was Ramos, no, it would never happen. That would have never happened. Ramos would have clotted him on the floor. Be like, what do you think? Smack you. Yeah, that would have never happened. Yeah, but you know, Chiellini, what a lad. Take a bow. I mean, the mind game's phenomenal. And yeah, that's the problem with Luis Enrique, because you don't call up the captain. You know, a guy who can also take a penalty.
No.
You're gonna get punished for it at the end. So.
And he did.
Exactly.
The other players I can forgive, but not really Ramos. That's ridiculous.
It very much was. Don't bring Ramos. You're asking to lose at a pivotal moment like that. That's what
that's and I was like, yeah, it's done.
Exactly.
I was thinking about Ramos that whole time. Exactly. So.
Up to you. And then Italy, they were definitely missing Spinazzola a lot. They were struggling a lot down that left-hand side. And it was just Chiesa had to do something, and he did. It was a brilliant goal again. Youngster looking fantastic. That's a lot of just brilliance for country right now. And I'm excited to see where a lot of these players' careers are going to go. Because a lot of them are still young, a lot of them are looking for big moves. Someone like Berardi, who came on, is also looking at a big move, potentially in the Premier League as well. I'm just excited with this Italian team as well. It's just very exciting. And defending is their bread and butter, so I don't think they were outplayed in a way. I feel like Mancini was more than comfortable enough to go, yeah, Spain, go ahead. Go dribble all you want in front of Chiellini. Have fun. Yeah. Go. I don't give a shit. Go. We couldn't be asked, because when you actually challenge us, you're not going to get through. Have fun. Yeah. That's all that really was, and I think that's going to be Italy's mentality moving forward anyway. So I don't think Spain dominating in the way that, to like a football purist goes, yeah, that was complete domination, Spain deserved to win. I feel like Italy were more than comfortable in that situation, and they just showed their class going forward when they could.
Yeah.
And again, that Jorginho penalty was...
But I honestly think with a better front line, Spain might smash Italy. I know that's disrespectful to use the word smash, but I do think they had that much of the ball.
Spain have Harry Kane.
Pressing, the regaining of the ball was... Yeah. In the midfield, they look like Spain of all, but up front...
Yeah. Right. So...
And where's Insigne? Is it Napoli?
Yeah,
he's at Napoli.
Yeah, I if I was United, I'd be all over that type of deal, you know. People like Berardi and Senior, because they're better than Dan James.
Hey,
Much better.
we've got
They are
Jadon
going
Sancho
to
now. Okay?
demand.
That conversation is not dust. We've got
Yeah.
Jadon Sancho. So
But as other Premier League clubs looking for left and right wingers,
This club was
go.
serious.
yeah, there's
Fantastic
other
players.
people. Yeah.
This club was serious.
Yeah. And this
Wouldn't
club was
even
serious
matter
getting
when you
Senior
can't-
when he was
This
24
time
and
you
just
couldn't
busting onto
Senior.
the scene, you know?
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's too early to talk about United. The closest thing we're gonna get to United is England. Yeah, but Claire, what do you? It's obviously this is you and I. This is you and I balls to the walls predictions, and obviously only one of us could have come out of this. And yeah, England came at the end, and it's coming home. I've said it so many times in our Euro shows. It's coming home. Lives another day, the final day.
It was just so disappointing. Yeah, England just scraped it. They got a lucky pen to end it off. Even though the first pen was a lot more arguable.
I was
than
gonna
that
say
one.
yeah.
And that minimal, like, tiny contact until he goes down. It's a pen. I was,
Yeah.
what?
The pen that was given for me was never a pen, but the pen that was not given was a pen, a blatant pen for me. So yeah.
If only
it's-
Schmeichel did that a little bit more.
And as for Schmeichel, I feel most sorry for him because I feel like he does not deserve to go out.
Yeah.
But for the rest of Denmark, I mean, yeah. The free kick I thought was amazing, but I'll always have my questions about Pickford because again, it wasn't top corner. Like, come on,
Yeah.
do something. Come on, you could have done way better. So
Definitely.
Is Dean Henderson fit?
is who?
No, he only just got fit again.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Yeah, he had an injury.
In my mind, 1,000 times better than Pickford.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
But yeah.
Denmark looked pretty good. Just they couldn't carry that gas to the end of the game, and it was just disappointing. One thing that I have to praise Southgate on was Kyle Walker. Selecting him was a no-brainer, obviously, for any England fan, but he completely negated the effect of Mæhle, and he was non-existent, and that is such a pivotal player for Denmark going forward for the past few games. So well done for that selection, even though it was quite textbook. It was phenomenal. Kyle Walker's defensive performance is always just a joy to behold.
I remember. I don't think I said it on a show, but we are having this conversation about right backs. And I think Moloto asked me, so then who's the best all around? Like, you know, obviously I said Wan-Bissaka is the best defensively at right back. Going forward, Trent is the best at right back. But if you want both, a balance, you get Kyle Walker. He's got the pace.
Kieran
He
Trippier.
can
Oh,
dusted play. that
attack
guy.
only if
Yeah.
you're going that way anyway.
But yeah, Kyle Walker is pretty much, he's not the best at all those things. Pace for sure is the best at. But defensively and attacking, he's just got the good enough balance to get selected. So yeah, textbook like you say, but I think
Can you
I
guys
agree
say-
as well. Smart move.
Can you guys say that Southgate's a good coach?
no,
No,
if he beats Mancini, I'll
Why
say
not?
it.
because he's tried it.
He's in the final.
He's
So?
It's in the
tried
final.
it. Dude,
What?
he's tried it.
What has he done?
I'll always stand by. And this England team should be smacking teams left, right, and like smacking them silly, smacking them proper silly. We always say hypothetically, if Pep was in charge of this City team, this England team, people are getting dished. People are gonna get dished. So.
The thing is, not everybody wants to play like Pep. Not everybody wants to play like Pep.
Not everyone can play like Pep.
People
That's the
prefer
thing.
to play
Exactly.
conservative football. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, and I'm not taking anything away from it, but if Ollie can do it, my keyboard can do it. So yeah, I
No, but
can't be
honestly,
asked.
the
Only
strength in
content.
players in that squad is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean,
Genuinely
still
is one of the
Calvin
strongest.
Phillips, Declan Rice.
Regardless, if my style is conservative, it's regardless of the players, I'm going to play conservative. You know, that's just how it is.
Yeah, but he's still
Yeah,
got
he
he's
just
still got a
prefers
Galactico
to play
team.
like this,
He's
yeah.
got a
That's
Galactico
my
team.
point. I wasn't.
And for
trying to
me,
take it-
if you're playing this style in the Euros, you have to win the Euros now. If you don't win the Euros playing like this, you
Yeah.
should get fired. You should 100% get fired. That only same like Mourinho. Mourinho's football is only backed up when he brings trophies home. If he doesn't bring anything home after playing shit, you sack him. Easy, done, dust.
He's not. He got them to the final after how many years?
66 years to be exact, I think.
Finals. First
What
lose
other
for it.
England, what other England coach? What other England coach has gotten to the final? Please respect Southgate.
No.
No, I will not respect Southgate. And plus, it's not done. Everyone will say, respect Oli, respect Oli. He fucking choked the final as well, so you can go suck a mother. You know, so it is what it is. Until you holding a trophy, I can't be asked. And even if you can, I still don't like your brand of football. And that's the only way to explain your brand of football, is if you bring it home.
All I'm saying, regardless of what happens in the final, I think you can say it's safe to say he's a good coach, and not.
He's not a bad
joke,
coach.
like,
What I'll
Okay,
say
bro.
is, I'll say he's not a bad coach.
he's a good coach.
No,
I feel like
I would not
he
say
had
he's
a
a good coach. I'd say
Go
he's
take
an
over a
okay
place
coach.
like Crystal Palace or something like that. He's gonna get relegated instantly.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
They've barely conceded goals. He's getting the best.
Look
of
at the
his-
team he's got.
I know.
Look at the
Who
team.
needs
At
that?
Palace, who's he gonna have?
He's a-
Wilfred Zaha. Oh, there you go. That's great. That's fantastic.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it is fair.
You have to judge him on the results.
Malot, what has Southgate done since he's been at England? What has Southgate done? He's done nothing. He's done nothing. He's done nothing. He's choked the semi-final in the World Cup. He's choked everything else before that. So until now, there's still zero fucking evidence of Southgate being a good manager and a good coach. Zero evidence. He's made one final and everyone wants to live up his ass. No ways. Even English fans don't like Gareth Southgate.
I'm not saying this guy's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying we should.
He's
call him
nowhere
the best
near
thing, but all I'm saying, man's a good coach. The mere fact that he's in the final and he's done so well. in his
That's your
20
opinion. Like I
he's a
said,
good coach.
my keyboard will get England to a final. My England, if I had to just be like, go random team generate for England, we'll probably pick a better squad than Gareth Southgate, and you could take him to the final. So that's your opinion. I respect it. I do not agree with it, and I will never agree with it. He could win the Euros, and I still will not agree with it.
It's easier to put
It's
it.
very unfair in my opinion.
Unfair, but that's life. That's life. It can be unfair. So I like
And I always
Bielsa.
say
I like
football
Pep.
not played in one-
I like people who go for it.
Yeah,
I understand
like Pep.
why
like Jose
people
Mourinho.
exactly. I used to like Mourinho, but like I said, unless they bring it home, that's the only time you can be happy is when they bring it home, because God help him if he does not bring it home and he played shit football like this. Because oh my God, if he played like that in the final and loses, he's gonna get rinsed. He will get rinsed. One sub the whole of 90 minutes in Denmark game when you have the likes of Jadon Sancho, Jack Grealish, which he did bring on, but they got subbed off. He brought on and got subbed off. Phil Foden. I can go on, I can go on, and I can go on. And he made one sub. One. I mean, at the end of the
I'm not saying
day,
it's perfect. Yes, I
fair
don't-
play to Southgate. He's in the
never
final,
agree with this.
but I don't think it's that hard. I don't think that's hard, and that's just my opinion. I think you can, other people have failed before Southgate, like you said. But I still think that, hypothetically, if we had to give it to a Pep, or a Poch, or a Bielsa, or something like that, I feel like they could do it.
Yeah. I mean, like, those are world-class managers,
Yeah.
But he's a good coach.
Give it to Graham
And
Potter.
I low-key kind of
Give
feel
it
like
to
over
Graham
having
Potter.
in the squad. It's good,
It's
it's
perfect.
good,
Where's the weakness?
but I wouldn't say anyone.
Where is the weakness in England's squad?
I don't know.
Name me one weakness.
It's a good team, but I kind of feel like I still don't trust if they played more progressive football.
I
People
asked the
like
question.
Stones and Maguire.
I
would be-
asked the question. Name
Stones
me
and Maguire.
one weakness. That's a
If you
weakness.
play
A team that's
a
keep a
team-
clean sheet.
If you,
A team that's keep the clean sheet up until now.
maybe because of
An
Maybe
80
because
million
of
pound
how
centre
Southgate
back.
playing.
An 80 million
Maybe
pound
he
centre
like
back, and a Premier League winner centre back.
all I'm saying is that I feel like if you're looking for a weakness, there's a lack of pace between those two. And if you played a high line, they could be caught up for that.
Could, but then you still got Kyle Walker. That's why he gets picked, because you got the pace. You still got Luke Shaw, so
And he's
They
got
balance
Declan
it out.
Rice holding his hand.
and that's why he plays two
What I'm
CDMs, because
saying
they
is-
hold their hands. This squad is immaculate.
I still don't think if you throw in a Potter, he'll definitely do it, I honestly feel like it's not that.
Nothing's
it's not
different.
that
Yeah,
insane.
Graham Potter could
And
come,
I
he could
feel
play beautiful football, and he could get smacked out the group stages, He could. And in international competitions like this, I do back people playing pragmatic football because I understand everything's on the line, you don't want to mess it up. I understand it. Will I ever agree with it? No, but that's just how I am. I'll never agree with it. I like attacking football. I like to get entertained.
I love attacking football. Who doesn't love attacking football? But then I also appreciate the other side, you know, and I feel like it's only fair. It's all football, you know. It's all part of the game that we love. It's just different variations.
Yeah. I'm just a hipster. I'm a hipster. I'll be honest. I'm a hipster. I want you to go at them. I want you to smack teams 3-0 every game. 90 minutes. That's what I want. You know. And I'm not saying Italy does it. I feel like Italy's got the balance. They got defense on lockdown, and they still play beautiful football. And with the type of players England have, that's why everyone gets frustrated, because you would think they should be doing the same thing. They have all the players to do both. You can lock it down, and you could smack teams if you really wanted to go for it. So I think that's just where the disappointment comes. And I think that's why Gareth Southgate, whether it's wrong or right, doesn't get the credit he might deserve, you know. And if he wins the Euros, I feel like people should respect him. You know, would I call him a good coach? No, because would I want him to manage Manchester United? No, never in a million years. But I want him managing Crystal Palace? No, I wouldn't want him managing any team. So
you need to be a good coach to win the Euros.
You know,
coaches can win the Euros.
You know, the Portuguese manager won the Euros, and he is ass. So I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna keep quiet. So
I disagree.
But you disagree, but he didn't win a game in the group stages. He shithoused his way all the way to the final, and then Eder scores in the extra time.
That's
1-0.
football, though.
Don't just say that's what a great coach is made out of.
You don't just say you won the Euros, you're a good coach, and all of a sudden now you're not. You're still a good coach, you're going through a bad spell. It happens. And like I said with France, I think it's a lack of evolution that they're out. Not that because he has a brilliant squad and he's out, Deschamps is not a bad coach, you know? It's just how football works, you know, it's ups and downs.
No, yeah, I agree with that. But still, would I say the Portuguese manager is a good coach? No. Would I say Gareth Southgate's a good coach? No. So,
He won the Euros.
well, I would beg to differ that he himself was the reason why Portugal won the Euros when they did. But, you know, it is because, you know, you're not winning a game in the group stages, and, you know, you're applauding that. Well done, well done. Everyone should just get Oli as manager. Everyone should just get an Oli as manager and play.
You don't just wake
play
up
pragmatic football. Let's just all sit on the lines, boys. Let's all go for 1-0s. Let's try to win the Champions League 1-0s, everything like that. You know.
I'm not saying Ole. I'm saying Southgate here. Ole has proven he's a bad coach because he got to the final and he lost. You know, to me.
Some of the things could have happened to
and
Southgate.
The final he should have won.
I would say some of the things could have. Yeah, I would say the same.
Okay, so
thing
if Southgate loses the final, will you agree that he is not a good coach? I want that.
That's
from
why
you,
I
then.
just said a final. A
If he
final
loses it,
definitely should have won. That's why I had that point because I don't think it's the same. No. I don't think it's the same. Italy are maybe even favorites for this final.
No, they are 100% favorites.
So
I think they are 100%
I think
favorites.
with Ole, it was Villarreal. It was the Europa League final. You know, Ole had to win that one. You can't get there and then you're exposing yourself.
Yeah. Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, to me, Southgate will never be a good coach in my books. He could win the Euros. He could win the Euros Sunday, and I actually want him to win the Euros. I want England to win the Euros, but I still would never take him in a million years in charge of my team.
And I also wouldn't take him.
He's a great coach.
Because as much as I appreciate, no. As much as I appreciate that side, I've gone to a point where I'm like, okay, I want to see a fast, fluid attacking football at United going forward. But does not mean I don't appreciate the other side, you know. I feel like it's important.
What I'll say with Southgate is, I think, because he's an international manager, I think he can get away with it. I think he can get away with it. You know, he's not managing a club. He's not managing 36 games a season where we have to watch him week in, week out. It's once every few years. You got to pick your team. You got to stay by your tactics, and you got to get the result at the end of the day. And like I said, if you win the Euros playing this brand of football, fair play. You proved to the world why you're the boss. You proved to the world why you're the boss. But if you don't win it playing that style, the whole world will have questions. Just like today, if England went out today, everyone would be like, why was there no Sancho? Why was there no Rashford? You know, why was there never an attempt to go win that game? You know, so we're just gonna have to see what happens in the future. And I think that's why this game is gonna be great, because the English fans said they didn't even want Spain because Spain will hold the ball and just boss it around, and they just dominate England. Maybe Italy have a weakness, and I want to talk about it because that's the final, boys. This is the final: Italy versus England. Italy's defense of Chiellini and Bonucci up against the likes of people like Sterling, Harry Kane, and evidently Saka. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Saka, yes, Saka. On paper, it doesn't look good for Italy, but like I said, going forward, I wouldn't sleep on Italy either because going forward, they've been amazing. They're playing beautiful football. When I look now, if you ask me, is Mancini a good coach? I tell you yes. That's just because I'm biased towards Bayern football, and I think he's proved to the world what he's proved to the people in the Euros is even more special. Like everyone had low expectations for Italy. Even I disrespected Italy. I was like, they're gonna choke it at some point. They won't even make it this far. I probably got in the quarterfinals or something in our predictions. I said he came in playing amazing football, smacking teams left, right, and center. Defense is rock solid. So I think this game is juicy. This final is going to be juicy. It's the final I wanted to see. Am I going to expect it to be a goal thriller? No. Am I expecting 2 passes to be popped? Yes. And the best counter-attacking team will win this game for me. But yeah, are you guys feeling ahead into this final?
I know. I was said Southgate's a good coach, but Mancini for me is world class.
Yeah, maybe there's levels. Maybe Southgate is a good coach, but people like Pep, Poch, the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I can accept that.
And because my standards are there, he's above. You get world class, which is like Pep,
let's not go there.
Klopp, and then you get Bielsa. Bielsa put them, but then you get Bielsa.
Okay, please call me Bielsa's irrelevant choice. I don't know. Maybe it was one.
I think he's one irrelevant choice, but I love Bielsa.
Yeah, no. I think this Italian team is really good coach, very rounded in their playing style, as you said. They still play a style that's easy on the eye, that goes forward, they score a lot, but they're very solid at the back. But with England at the same time, as much as it's not as easy on the eye, they're still scoring the goals. They're still defending as much. So it's a tricky game to go. Kind of feel like they're just going to cancel each other out. It's going to be a very, very tight game. And maybe won by 1-0, 2-1. That's what I see in this one.
I'm feeling the same. Claire. Is it calm and home?
I think this could be a very interesting tactical battle now. Just on the emphasis of Italy's left side lacking and Kyle Walker obviously being a very dominant right-sided fullback. So I think the threat of like an Insigne could be very much nullified, but then that opens up the avenue of Chiesa just to run riot on that right-hand side as well. Obviously, Luke Shaw is no slouch defensively, but he's no Kyle Walker defensively, I have to say.
Wow.
I know he's not going to lock down a side just as well as Kyle Walker does.
Luke Shaw is currently the best left back in the world. So, if Chiesa gets pocketed, I don't agree.
I won't be surprised.
I don't agree. I think Luke Shaw is miles better. Yeah, can you put yourself on the spot,
yes.
Overall player.
Yeah.
You see, you asked me this.
The past 5 years as well. That's why.
You see, if you asked me this question, like maybe halfway through last season, I'd agreed with you. But as of this moment, as we speak, recording this show, Luke Shaw is fucking clear of any fullback in the world. He is. Roberto Carlos could never. He could never. This is ridiculous. I'm seeing Luke Shaw defensively. He's doing everything. Offensively, this guy is Beckham. He's playing like he's Beckham. So it's mad. It's mad. This guy is ridiculous. So I'm excited.
In my opinion, Walker's good, and he's been consistent. But maybe I'm overhyping him. For me, Shaw's a world-class talent. Yes, he needs to be more consistent so we can move the talent part. But I think
at the moment, Luke Shaw is number one. There's no one better.
Just about,
yeah.
One season, man. I want to get ahead of myself.
Yeah, no, but that's what I said. At the moment of this show, today's date. What's today's date? The 8th of July, Thursday, midnight. It's South Africa. at this very moment, Luke Shaw is untouched at fullback. So
But again, it's gonna be.
I think it'll be an amazing battle. I think.
I don't want to view
you
as but like, how much credit do you give Ole for that?
0.
So now why are you end up bringing this? I was having a good day until you bring this. No,
He literally just got lucky with
say,
his fitness,
yeah.
and Luke Shaw saw his potential. For
I don't know what happens. I don't know what
Luke
happens
Shaw's
with
potential
that.
since he came here.
No, yeah, I like
You-
Luke Shaw since we signed him, and then obviously after
Exactly.
the injury when he came back, I was a bit
He's just
skeptical.
injury after injury after injury. This is his first full season for United.
I was
I'm pretty sure.
listening. Let's
So
do
I'm not
Rooney
giving
talk,
credit to
I
Ole.
forgot to- Okay. Okay, maybe he was talking about a different player. But I think he might have been talking about Shaw. If not, it relates. And you were saying that, I'm going to say it was Shaw. You were saying that Shaw is the type of player who needs love. But like, no, you were saying Lukaku. You're saying Lukaku is the type of player who needs to be loved. And if Lukaku can feel that love, he performs. And you were saying that at United,
No, yeah,
as
I
we know
think
we are,
I
we can be
think
very
Oli
cutthroat as fans.
is 100% the right coach for someone like Luke Shaw. Mourinho was never the right coach.
Mhm.
So someone like Oli to
Yeah,
tell Luke Shaw,
definitely.
you know, do your thing. You know, I
But
love
it's
you.
putting
I'm never gonna
his
shout
injuries
you.
behind him, which is
Exactly.
the
That's the other
key
thing.
thing
So
for
like
this
fair
season.
play to Luke Shaw as well. To like because you know
Yeah.
Luke Shaw usually gets that one big bad injury and we all
Definitely.
have those questions.
and he
you know.
only plays like
So,
20 games a season,
Yeah.
not even.
But like last season and currently he's been absolutely on point. So
Definitely.
Tops.
yeah.
I just think it's gonna be very interesting because of Italy's willingness to play through the wings and Immobile just completely ghosting this tournament. It's going to be very difficult for Italy, I think, right now. And so I don't know. Maybe we'll see a Chiesa wonder kick if he just like somehow gets
I would
partial.
like Chiesa not to be near Luke Shaw ideally. Like for in terms of
Yeah.
Italy's perspective, I'd be like Chiesa.
Yeah.
There's a hole.
100%,
There's a hole.
100%.
Yeah. You look at Maguire, you look at Stones. You'd be like, you go trouble them.
You
Don't go to
find
Luke
the
Shaw.
gap
Yeah,
for-
don't leave Luke Shaw. Just pretend he's not there. Pretend you're a striker. Do your thing in the middle.
It's just difficult because Mancini has lined up very wide normally. Chiesa and Insigne are very wide players. They're going to be hugging the touchline 90% of the time, unless they're on the ball dribbling inward. They're going to be there.
What I will
So
even
he's gonna
ask
need
is
a
that
big
you know
tactical
something
difference.
I haven't touched on as well is that what are the odds that Ole Gunnar Southgate goes with the back five in this final?
Oh, 0. 0. That's the wrong approach. I feel like they lose instantly if they do that. I give
I
them
don't
no
know.
chance. Because then this whole wing play.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna put it in the conversation.
Out the
just to
window.
spice
to
it.
it.
He switched it today. Today he switched
Did he
it.
switch
Yeah,
to
there
it?
we go.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no!
Okay.
It's good.
And I had the
Because he gets
commentators to be
5-5.
like, they should have. Commentator was like, you should have started with this because he looked more comfortable. So if the commentator sees that,
And
I can bet
the only time
so
again he
I
played
can see it.
he played a back five against Germany as well. So when
Yeah,
Italy
but
haven't
Germany
haven't
has
been
to
playing the
counter their
best
own
teams.
back five. That's the thing.
Yeah. But this is Southgate, guys. We've seen it with Oli before. All of a sudden, the 4-3-1
here's-
is
I
caught.
think
Back five, to the mid.
here's where I kind of agree with you in claims to a certain extent. The difference between Ole and him and a Pep is that you need to just say, you know what, fuck it. It's the final, you know, we're going to trust our guns because goals are going to win games and we need to score goals. So you can't be playing five back, you know. And just that bravery in such situations, I think, is an important ingredient for a class coach. And yeah, he might fuck it up from that point of view.
Genuinely, they lose their fullbacks playing very close to their wingers. Italy going to have them on toast. Because that's what they've done
Hey,
this entire
I'm
tournament.
just saying,
Their wingers
you know.
have had defenders on
It would.
toast.
I wouldn't be surprised if Southgate is thinking about it. At least
Those are the
thinking.
bloody bad
Minimum.
vibes.
I
It's not
guarantee
like
you,
this.
minimum. He's definitely thinking about it. He's definitely thinking about it. I'm not saying. I'm not gonna say he's gonna do it,
Oliver
but
and
he's
Bruce.
definitely thinking
No.
about our back five. It'll slip in his mind once. Today, when he goes to sleep, he's gonna be sleeping like, ish, back five. Think
A
German.
big thing I think
You
we
know
got to
what?
talk about
No,
now.
now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, it might happen. They played 4 against Ukraine and Denmark. And as you say, Germany, they played the 5. We're seeing a 5.
Okay. To move on from the fullbacks, I think we need to talk about this midfield battle.
Yes.
Because I think
my
England are
Leeds.
going to completely let off and just give Italy all the possession in the world in the midfield, and Verratti's, Jorginho, Barella's going to just have a prime showing of what Italian passing's like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think you can agree on that?
I think
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I like Phillips, I like
He's-
Declan, but like hey, it's dry. It's just a better McFred is what it is. A way better McFred. Let me say that.
Yeah.
So
It's just two DMs to
I don't
sit
know.
back,
I feel like-
basically. Comparing to McFred's
I feel like,
part.
no, I feel like
it's the same role.
I feel
It's
like
just
the players who are good on that they're decent on the ball, and I feel like if they're given the freedom to do it, they can do it. You know, maybe not to the level of a Jorginho, but I think after seeing what Spain did and Italy, maybe for the first time in the tournament, losing the midfield, I think they should look at that and say, let's go. You know, the one time where they lost the midfield is where Italy looked their worst. So it's obvious that you should go with that. And I feel like if you let them have the ball, you know, you just
But
ask them to
I
trouble.
just think
they're not Denmark.
Rice
they're
and
not
Phillips
Ukraine.
is not the players to do that. I think that's far from the players to do it. Phillips, maybe. Rice, no, not a chance to compete against other Italian
I
midfielders.
disagree.
For passing and
know.
retaining the ball.
Yes, in comparison,
far
sure. I think Rice is decent on the ball.
Decent, yes, at best.
Today
These are
was
three
holding-
world class, three of the best midfielders in their position. They're not comparable for the same things. For trying to win a midfield battle, you need people like a Busquets who's going to be winning the ball 9 times out of 10. Koke and Pedri is going to distribute the ball beautifully, and England don't have that.
No, England's vibes FC. They're 100%
So are you,
vibes
say,
FC.
are you saying that? Are you saying they should play Henderson?
I'm surprised they didn't
Actually,
play
just
Henderson
let
today.
Italy have the ball.
Because if you think
Henderson
about it,
didn't play
Henderson, no, he came on, but he didn't.
Yeah, he came
start.
on. Yeah.
I was thinking he was gonna start, but Henderson, Bellingham.
I think if they play Henderson, Bellingham, and Rice, or Henderson, Phillips, and Rice, I think that midfield three is much better in comparison to just playing the 2 and playing a 5-back or something like that.
But the thing is, I can tell you,
Me,
unless Southgate plays the back 5, I think we'll probably see the same thing we've seen today. To be
Yeah.
honest. So
for me, I don't want to mess it up too much because it has been getting clean sheets, so you don't want to mess with that. But as much as Mason Mount has been probably the best player, one of the best players in the Premier League, he hasn't really done much in those tournaments, to be honest. So I throw in a Grealish.
The
He's been doing it
issue
for
with
the 60
Mount
minutes. Not hit a curveball. Fuck
he was
Grealish.
genuinely brilliant throughout the group stages. He was their best player throughout the group stages. And then since that Scotland game, when he came into contact with Gilmore, he was quarantined and England just had to live without him. And he's come back for one game now, and he's just looked okay. So I
he
agree.
didn't
I
get
do
enough.
think
He
Grealish
didn't
should be
get the ball
starting.
enough.
Yeah, Grealish Henderson should be starting. There's no excuses for Southgate for that. Grealish is the difference maker in this team.
Grealish,
He
Sancho.
will
Yeah, and like-
100% make a difference.
The Sancho one, I don't agree with it because I would play Sancho because there's so much technical ability. But then when you think about it, if I'm trying to get into his shoes, he's probably doing it because he wants the work rate and the running back that Saka gives.
Yeah,
And
100%.
on top of that, it's not like Saka's a slouch on the other side. And I think Grealish, you know, if Italy are going to have most of the ball, as soon as you get the ball, you make things happen. And I think Grealish...
What I will say is that I don't expect Southgate to
So
do
no-
anything different unless he does a back 5 in the final. But what I want to see is what I would love to see is that if he plays the team he plays like today in the final, okay, it is what it is. It is what it is. I won't be mad. But if it's not working, I beg you, please pull out the big boys. Please, for once in your life, Southgate, pull out the big boys. Throw on all of them, or throw on everyone.
Rashford
You go
cries
say.
in these games,
you
and he
say
hasn't even
bash
mentioned
them.
yet.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even talk about Rashford. You must get a rest. You mustn't. play.
Rashford
You
with
must get a rest.
100% on the counter attack. He's going to murder.
Yeah,
his
today
team.
was the first time I was thinking about Rashford though, because I was just thinking, you know,
Exactly.
you haven't made us up the whole game. It's extra time. You throw in Rashford now, he's gonna kill them. You will kill them dead. I'm not even
Yeah,
Rashford's
just
biggest fan.
leave
4-1.
Exactly. No, they're not getting violated. Listen, we spoke to him. We're like, Southgate, rest him. You know, he's carrying an injury. We need him fit for United next season. We need him
Sadly,
to be,
that's
you know,
probably the
okay.
reality.
Yeah. And then Rashford's probably like, I can play.
Sterling
No,
has
no,
been... Sterling's been amazing. I think it's only fair.
I don't think he's been amazing. I just think
Sterling.
his numbers don't deserve
Yes.
to get dropped. Same like Saka today.
But
I think
just
Saka today, I didn't
I just
really
don't-
like Saka, but at the end of the day, he still got something at the end. So, in the international football thing, you just play whoever's in form. Whoever's in the best
You know
form,
what it
just
is
play
about
them.
Sterling? Sterling is no Sancho, you know, with like the abundance, with the intelligence, you know, creative passes. But, you know, that pace, that low sense of gravity, when he gets the threat, you know, I think defenders get scared when he's running at you. And he has this, in this tournament, he had this incredible work rate, you know. He's been coming and coming and coming, and he's getting the numbers. So big statements. He's top 2 best players for them in this tournament.
For England, yeah. But that's just because no one else has really been given a chance.
Yeah, for England.
Like if
Um,
if Sancho and Rashford started
that's
being the
not true.
wingers, they could have equally lit it up. They could have got the same numbers. Rashford does. I see Rashford do this every time at United. Every season he gets the numbers. Am I giving him 10? No, I'm giving him 6, but he still gets a goal. So you know, you don't drop him. And will you ever take Rashford off? No, because he might get you that goal. So you leave him. Rashford and
Same.
Sterling for me,
100%.
same thing. Well, Rashford for United and Sterling for this England, same thing to me. So.
100%.
I agree with it. I don't get mad at Southgate for not doing it. But, you know, to say he's amazing this tournament. Some would say yes, I would say no. I'd say he's important
Hey, for me, he's
because,
getting the numbers.
that's the thing, he's informed, so you have to play him. Yeah, you don't want to be putting Sancho in the final now, you know. Why would you put Sancho in the
Problem with
final now?
United,
100%.
which is a problem that I think hopefully we've solved now, is that we don't have players who can do what Rashford lacks, you know. We rely on him so much, you know.
No, yeah,
I didn't think we
it
were
wasn't
fine.
just late
So I
Rashford. I'm
guess
just
they
making
kind
a
of- yeah.
comparison
I'm
that
so direct.
Sterling for England and Rashford for United is like the same thing basically. So they both
What I'm trying to say, that I accept it more at England because they have so many other talents who can do
no, yeah, 100%.
the other
yeah.
parts of the game.
Yeah, but even for me, like, I like Saka. I like him. He's a good kid. You know, he's a good kid. But today, I feel like the same thing, except in terms of creative aspects. So, like, you know, he did get the assist technically, but I don't know. For me, when I look at Saka, maybe it's just Sancho bias. It might just be proper Sancho bias. But when I look at Saka, besides the tracking back thing, which is probably the reason why he gets picked, I'm like, wow, Sancho can do everything. He could do everything, 10 times better even. So for me, it's weird that he's not picking Jadon Sancho.
And Saka's slightly better than James.
That-
He's just a lot more energetic. He just
I feel like
does
it's so
his thing.
disrespectful. I like
It's
Saka. He's
He's
slightly
definitely a
better
step up
than
from
James.
Sancho.
That's
He's
it.
definitely a step up.
I'd take him 10 times over 10 James.
100%.
That's a violation to Saka. Saka, I apologize. I was slating you compared to Jadon Sancho, not to Dan James. That's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Oh.
Technically, he doesn't hold the blame.
I honestly feel like
Saka's a good player.
Rashford, Sterling, Sancho.
Saka,
But he's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
player overall.
Saka's a good player, but I honestly feel like the fans overrated him. It's insane.
Yes, 100.
No, like today it would have been like 10 out of 10 best player,
Southgate
man of the
only
match.
picks him because of his conservative play style.
Yeah,
If
I
he
think
didn't
so,
want
though.
someone who's going to help back
Yeah, I think so.
defensively,
Though. I feel like
every
some would say
time.
maybe that's why they don't pick Rashford as well. Well, that and the injury, because you know we know Rashford don't track back to save his life. You know, so when I watched Sancho in Ukraine, I didn't really see Sancho tracking back either. So yeah, it is what it is. And Southgate being the manager he is, you know, he wants those people to track back. You know, so yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game. Chiesa versus Luke Shaw. I think that'll be spectacular. Midfield, I think England are just going to get bodied in the midfield.
Yeah.
England's attack versus Italy's backline, very excited because, as I always say, if England can get on their day for just one day in your life, you have to turn up in the final. They could smack Italy, but. Same thing like United. You know, that's always on their day thing. Hypothetically, we're always speaking about. If England play like they played today against Denmark, they're gonna get smacked. But I think both team will. You know, it's a final. You know, finals are always, hit and
Wembley.
miss. It's tetchy. Yeah, you know, nerves, so I'm not expecting anything to be amazing. It might be, but more often than not, finals are like 1-0s, 2-1s, maybe
It's a
penalties.
tight game.
No one wants to lose it, Like you could play, Mancini could be playing the
The
best
thing is-
football this whole tournament, but if he plays pragmatic in the final, I'll be like, yeah. I can understand you don't want to lose it. So
How many teams play? How many teams play that type of Pep Bielsa
no one.
international? Don't think a lot, and I think it's
No.
down to I
I've
think it's
only
down
seen-
to lack of time. There's no
It's a
time
knockout
to be
tournament.
drilling those type of tactics.
Yeah.
And I think the team that did it maybe to a level of club level in a long time was Spain, and I think
Spain, I would say
was
Spain of
easy
2010.
because it was a playing style they played for so long.
It was Germany of 2010. It was the German side that created tappets.
2014.
Yeah, maybe.
It was
Maybe
the
Germany.
Germany that created
And they won
tappets.
the World
And I
Cup in
think-
2014. wasn't it?
I don't know, might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which Spain, they've been doing it forever. Barcelona. Plays
Yeah,
the
it's,
exact
it's
same
like
playing
it's the
style.
same team basically.
Most of the
yeah.
Spanish
It's like
team was
it was
Barcelona.
that Barcelona. That Spanish side was Madrid, Barcelona. Slapped them together. We move. That's what it was. So.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen. Yeah. Now we got Morata at strike. Ish, tough out here. But anyways, gentlemen, we have to get this out of the way first. We have to get this out of the way. And I asked this question for weeks and weeks and weeks. After every show we do, I ask the same question, and I ask it yet again for the last time of this Euros. Is it coming home?
Tough one. Two really good teams. I think Italy definitely have a shout, but it's at Wembley. It's only like 50,000 England supporters. They have a brilliant team, they have a good manager. So I just don't see. I can see it going another way, but I think it's it's coming home.
It's coming home.
It's not coming on.
It's
I'll
not
be
coming
honest.
home.
It's not coming on. I feel like it's either going to win this one way or the other, with England score an equalizer and they take its pens. If he's still going to knock them, I literally can only see England winning if they completely outplay, if they bring on the most technical players, if they actually aim to beat Italy in the weak defense to an extent. If they aim to do that, then I could see them winning. But if they're going to play similar to how they've been playing throughout this tournament, I don't think they stand a chance overall. I think their attempts are going to be nullified very quickly. I think the age and leadership that Bonucci and Chiellini offer is fantastic. I just think they're going to be defensively solid unless a Sterling and a Sancho and or a Rashford is literally running at them at breakneck speed for a full 90 minutes. I do not see them showing any sign of weakness, and I'm going to see them continue a fantastic defensive record as well. So where this goes depends. Whether it's won in full time, I think it's easy to take this.
Well, to answer my own question. Now I've got to back the boys. I can't lie. It's coming home. I love Italy's football. They play 10 times better football than England. Way better football than England. But there's hope. I always live in hope. Whether it's United, with United I've given up. I tried to. I've given up. With England, it's a once off. I'm gonna live in hope. I wanna say it's gonna be on their day. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna picture the beautiful scenes. Sterling on the wing, Rashford on the Sancho, Grealish, Kane, boarding the old retirement home at the back. Chiesa is gonna be in Luke Shaw's back pocket. Walker's gonna have free roam. Calvin Phillips is gonna show why he's the best midfielder in the world. But yeah, and Southgate will prove all his haters wrong. So. I would like it to come home. I'm gonna believe it's gonna come home. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't bet on it though. So
100%.
yeah, I wouldn't bet on it. But we can live in hope. So
Low-key feels like the Europa League final.
no, but the Europa League final, I told you straight. There's no evidence. I'm not gonna back it. I've given up with United. With England, it's not my country. I like them though. I've got English bias, so I might as well just flog it, you know. It'd be nice to see you, Luke Shaw and Maguire have a trophy. I know Rashford's there, but he didn't really play, so.
I know, like these guys, I kind of worry for them if they
That's the thing, like that's why I also want them to win it, because
English fans
if someone like
don't
Maguire
go back.
and Luke Shaw and whether it be Rashford, Sancho, they can win this Euros. They'll come into next season with some sort of mentality, like, boys, I know what it takes now. I know what it takes to win a trophy. I won the Euros. Not many people in the world can say that. So, for the sake of United aspect, that's why I want them to win it. So, it's biased. I've been scouting. That's the only reason I watch international football, to keep an eye out for club football. Otherwise, I couldn't be asked. But yeah, it's. I'm not gonna. I would say it's a good Euros, but like I don't enjoy international football. I can't lie. But boys, I know everyone's been enjoying it. I know lots of people loving the Euros. For me, it'll just not hit the same, obviously, because emotion. You know, I can't get enough of United letting me down every week. I cannot get enough. When Maguire hits it into his own net, zonal marking, Ollie makes no sense. I can't get enough of it. So you know. But been a good show. Two of us say it's coming home. One says Forza Italy. So you're gonna have to see what happens. Clay is a bit salty because you know I knocked him out, but you know it is what it is. If it comes home, Malota will be singing "It's Coming Home" first, and God Save the Queen, he will be singing it first. So yeah.
Ooh, I didn't agree to that part.
But anyways, if you are new, do subscribe. If you haven't already, do smash a like, and we will check you final. And after the final, we back. And I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about the floppy reds and the tricky reds and you know all of those things. But yeah, we'll check you all very soon.